Officers from the Department of Homeland Security move in the dark hours of the early morning to take down members of Los Vagos, a Mexican gang they allege terrorized East Harlem and parts of the Bronx.
Today, along with other teams, we're going to be executing approximately 30.
When most people think of gang activity in New York City, names like the Bloods, Crips, Trinitarios, and Latin Kings usually come to mind. But beneath the surface lies an entire underworld of lesser-known gangs deeply rooted, highly active, and often overlooked. These crews don't always get the spotlight, but they've played a major role in shaping the city's gang landscape. From homegrown Hispanic alliances to Eastern European crime rings and international cliques with deadly reputations, these are the gangs you probably never heard of, but definitely should know about. Whether it's Brooklyn, the Bronx, Harlem, or Queens, these organizations continue to operate in the shadows, leaving behind a trail of violence, rivalry, and history that runs deep.
Officers from the Department of Homeland Security move in the dark hours of the early morning to take down members of Los Vagos, a Mexican gang they allege terrorized East Harlem and parts of the Bronx. 5 people were arrested on several charges. Homeland Security insists getting members of Los Vagos, or VGS, off the streets makes neighborhoods safer.
We learned through the use of federal wiretaps is that individuals actually shot at rival gang members, actually on one occasion hit a rival gang member.
Federal authorities allege Los Vagos often robs people and collects dues from members, using that money to get gang members back in the country illegally after they've been deported.
Shooter firing 3 rounds on a Bronx street crowded with adults and young children. You can see one little girl wearing pink pants and carrying a backpack walking towards him, but once she hears a shot, she doubles back and ducks in the street. Police say the gunman is teenager Edgar Garcia, who lives in East Harlem.
This is the moment 16-year-old Edgar Garcia was walked out of the 44th precinct Friday night. News 12 was the only one there getting this exclusive video. People in the area saying they're happy he's off the street. Has been
large Mexican gang that's been in NYC since the early 90s. The Vagos main set in Spanish Harlem, but they can be found in other boroughs as well. They are very active and beef heavily with GFM, Latin Kings, and few blood sets. Back 2011, they got hit with a RICO because of their war with Latin Kings, but it didn't slow them down much as they pushed most Latin Kings out of Harlem. Nowadays, they're still deep and mainly feud with GFM.
Racked with pain and gripped by panic. That's how Luis Abarca feels after being attacked yesterday while enjoying a baseball game in a Queens park.
I have about 5 or 6 stitches. I mean, because it was
Gran Familia Mexicana is majority Mexican alliance based in New York City and New Jersey. Many get it confused with the Atlanta-based La Gran Familia, but they're separate organizations. Some of the gangs under Gran Familia Mexicana are the Niños Malos, the Mexican Boys, and several other gangs. Gran Familia Mexicana main enemies is another Mexican alliance called Raza Loca, but they also feud with Latin Kings and Trinitarios. The New York barrio 18th Street is one of the most hated gangs in the city. They are super active and beef with most other gangs that's not a part of their section. Barrio 18 is broken up into cliques around New York. Some of the most known cliques are the 54th Tiny Locos, Shadow Park Locos, and the Kingston Locos. Like most places, they beef heavy with MS-13, but they also got smoke with Raza Loca, Latin Kings, Bloods, and Trinitarios.
I saw spinning, I don't need a stoli. Was too deep, it's just me and my homie. He try to push up on me, he don't know me.
Many people say that the Sureños are not a factor in New York City. While they are mostly correct, they do hold their own against some of the other gangs. They beef heavy with various gangs like Raza Loca, Niños Malos, Trinitarios, and many more. While many of the New York Sureño gangs are mainly Mexican nationals and Chicanos, they do have many other Central American groups as well. Raza Loca is a majority Hispanic alliance between multiple gangs throughout New York City. Their main colors are black, and they usually rock black and white beats and sometimes have a RZL tattoo. Gangs like Escuadrón-Panchitos, Vatos Locos, and Delincuentes are the largest gangs under Raza Loca. They beef heavy with GFM, but also feud with the Sureños, Latin Kings, and Trinitarios as well. These guys are deep and have history going all the way back to the early 90s. Many get these guys confused with the folklore Raza gang, but they're two separate entities with zero ties to each other. Kavkaz Nation is a Russian gang that mainly operates in Brooklyn, New York. They are mainly Russian, but they do have various Eastern European groups in their group as well. For years they performed various crimes like robberies, drug trafficking, and even deletion. Their main enemies are rival Russian mafia, who operate in Coney Island. Even though they are a majority Euro group, they do click with Bloods heavy and even do business together. Kavkaz Nation that operated primarily in the Manhattan Beach and Brighton Beach neighborhoods in Brooklyn, New York. Members of Kavkaz refer to their membership as the K-Way and wore jewelry or articles of clothing emblazoned with the word Kavkaz. Members of Kavkaz drew on ties to the Caucasus region of Eurasia, namely Armenia, Uzbekistan, parts of southern Russia, and Azerbaijan, in furtherance of their criminal goals, including extortion. Dominicans Don't Play is an all-Dominican gang that mainly resides on the East Coast. They began in 1991 and were once one of the largest gangs to come out of New York. Like most gangs, they quickly spread to other states such as New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Florida. They even spread overseas to Spain and is one of the largest gangs there. The main nemesis of Dominicans Don't Play has always been the Trinitarios, but they have been known to feud with the Latin Kings, Bloods, and some Central American groups as well. In present day, many Dominicans Don't Play members got locked or flipped, causing their presence to shrink, but they're still around and holding their own. Las Vegas is large. New York City's gang scene is far more layered than mainstream narratives suggest. While major groups like the Bloods, Crips, and Latin Kings remain dominant forces, smaller and lesser-known organizations like Raza Loca, Kavkaz Nation, Las Vegas, and Barrio 18 have carved out their own powerful and dangerous lanes. These gangs may not always make the headlines, but they're actively shaping the streets, whether through turf wars, alliances, or underground criminal networks. Understanding these lesser-known sets is crucial to grasping the full picture of gang culture in the 5 boroughs. As the city's gang landscape continues to evolve, it's clear that some of the most dangerous players are the ones operating just outside the spotlight.